Hey guys, welcome back to Live, Laugh, Teach, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some insight on how we celebrate holidays in the classroom. So before we get into this video, make sure you hit that like button if you're a teacher or if you're just somebody interested in how we celebrate holidays. Go ahead and sit back, relax, but again, make sure you hit that like button. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to say to you guys is be aware that not everyone celebrates holidays in the classroom. So last year I had a student who he didn't celebrate holidays because of religious purposes, so I had to get a little creative with how I handled that time of year. So for instance, instead of holiday themed things, I replaced those with seasonal themed things like worksheets and things like that. We had a winter party instead of a Christmas party. So those were just a couple of ways that I was able to be inclusive. So the first thing I would say is make sure that you are aware of your classroom and who celebrates what holidays. That being said, guys, there are tons of holidays to celebrate. I think it would be fun to make December a whole multicultural month of celebration where you can pull in different holidays around the world. So I'm going to give you guys 8 holidays that you can celebrate besides Christmas. So the first holiday that I want to shout out is Diwali. So Diwali is a new holiday. Well, it's not a new holiday, but it is new to me. And I'm sure it's new to a couple of other people because it is now on the calendar in schools, at least in my district it is. So we were able to find out about this holiday. It actually means Festival of Lights. It is an Indian holiday and it is celebrated in November. So I thought that was cool that we were able to get that day off and we were able to learn something new about our Indian friends. So the first holiday is Diwali. And you guys, I'm going to put the dates down at the bottom of the screen so you know when the holidays are celebrated traditionally. The next holiday that I want to talk about is Hanukkah. Yes, Hanukkah is a Jewish holiday. It is an 8-day celebration where they light the candles of the menorah and they give thanks for the miracles that were bestowed upon them. So most kids are so excited about this holiday when they first learn about it because they're like, ooh, we get to get 8 days of gifts. But it's actually not even about the gifts, much like Christmas is not about the gifts. It's about the actual celebrations and the miracle and the thanks that they are giving. So that is another holiday that you guys can shout out. Hanukkah is celebrated either at the end of November or at the end of December. It kind of varies. So yeah, Hanukkah is another fun holiday to celebrate. The next holiday I want to shout out is Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is a holiday that honors African heritage. It ends with a large feast. They light a candle called a kinara, and it is celebrating family and unity. So Kwanzaa is another holiday to be highlighted during this month. It is celebrated December 26th through January 1st. So that's another holiday that you can celebrate. Another holiday that you guys can celebrate that's kind of a fun holiday is St. Nicholas Day. So St. Nicholas Day is usually or mostly celebrated in Europe. It is celebrated on December 6th. And St. Nicholas, as you guys know, is the original father of Christmas. So there are a lot of legends around St. Nicholas, but there's a really fun one where he leaves gifts inside shoes. So that's kind of a fun craft that you guys can do with your kids. Holiday I wanted to talk about, guys, is Boxing Day. Boxing Day is an Australian, Canadian, Irish holiday. So the next holiday I want to talk about, guys, is Three Kings Day. So Three Kings Day is a holiday that celebrates the fact that at the end of the 12 days of Christmas, the 3 wise men found baby Jesus and brought him gifts. So that's another holiday that you guys can celebrate. Three Kings Day is celebrated January 6th. And there's a couple of fun traditions around that. I'm going to put a couple on the screen because I don't really know too much about Three Kings Day. But when I was looking it up, it did look like a fun holiday to celebrate. So here's something that you guys can check out. And here's something that you guys can check out. So yeah, the next holiday that I want to talk about is called Omisoka. It is a Japanese holiday, and there's actually a really cute book on it that I'll show you guys a little bit later. But Omisoka, it is a Japanese holiday, and it is celebrated on the last day of the month. The last holiday that I wanted to point out that we can celebrate, guys, is winter solstice. So winter solstice is in December. It is the shortest day of the year, and there are a couple of traditions with it that go along with kind of Christmassy type things. Winter solstice is seen as a very significant time of year. So those are just a few other holidays, guys, that we can celebrate besides Christmas. The next thing, guys, that we can do to get kids in the spirit is themed worksheets. I know that we hate worksheets, and I know that now that we are virtually learning, it's harder to give worksheets, but teachers are still finding creative ways to turn the worksheets that we do in class into online activities. So I'm going to put some traditional worksheets on the screen as well as some online activities. Next thing that is very, very, very important to include during all holidays are books. We love them. We love literature, and it's important to include those books in our activities. So I am going to talk about briefly a few books that I've come across while researching and teaching. So guys, I have found two books that are great at explaining Kwanzaa. So the first book that's great about explaining Kwanzaa is actually called The Sound of Kwanzaa. I'll put it up right here. Oh guys, and I don't know if I mentioned, but Kwanzaa means first fruits. So The Sound of Kwanzaa is just what it sounds like, guys. It is a book of lively verse and lively pictures about the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. The next book about Kwanzaa is called The 7 Spools of Thread, and it is a book about 7 brothers that actually represent the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. The next book that I read this year to my students is called Too Many Tamales, and it's actually a funny video about our Hispanic friends and how a girl named Maria and her cousins are celebrating the day before Christmas by helping their mother make tamales. The next book is called Tree of Cranes, and that book is about a young boy in Japan celebrating his first Christmas. The next book is a classic. It's Polar Express. Polar Express is a classic book, and it also has a movie to go along with it. It's a story about Christmas time. So if you guys don't know what that book is, you should definitely check it out. The next book is called All the Colors of Christmas, and it is again, lively book. All about pictures, and the holiday time lends itself well to beautiful illustrations in books. So it's called All the Colors of Christmas, and it tells the story of Christmas, and it kind of lays out a few Christmas traditions with all the hues of colors. It's really beautiful. The last 2 books that I want to talk to you guys about are about Thanksgiving. One book being Balloons Over Broadway. That book has been very popular this year with teachers. The last book is called Turkey Trouble, and that book is hilarious. I read it with my kids this year, and it was about, a turkey that was getting ready to get cooked. So it's a book about what he does when he finds out that he's gonna get cooked, and that book is hilarious. You guys should definitely check it out. So yeah, those are just a couple of books that you guys can include in your libraries about the holidays. The last thing, the best thing that I want to talk about, guys, is crafts. I love crafts, and being a teacher, you guys know, if you're not a teacher, you don't know, but it's really hard for us to fit in crafts, and the holiday season lends itself well to being able to fit in crafts. We find ourselves with a lot of extra time days before breaks. And that is all I have for you guys. It is day 3 of Vlogmas, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I didn't have the actual things with me, but I tried to include some good pictures for you guys to look at. Before you go, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.